understandable because everyone's live right now that I've seen on YouTube. Sorry, I have a place on my forehead. I've been picking at a sore, and I have acne underneath of my chin. Anyways, I figured I would do this spur of the moment, quick live. There's some stuff I need to go over with some of you all on here, and I might wait for like one person to come in, maybe. Then drink my pop. My cats are being wild in the background. I'm drinking peach knee-high. Is what I'm drinking. Right now we're close to being out of water, so that's why I'm drinking peach knee-high pop. And they're very addicted. All pop is addicting for me. Anyways, even though no one's watching, I figured I would go over this stuff right fast with you all. There's some stuff that I need to go over with some of my viewers and some of the people who come into my chat. So last week, whenever I first started doing lives, I started talking about cats and dogs. And this is some of the stuff that I left off from talking about cats and dogs. So I wanted to read this to you all. Do not get a cat or a dog, or any animal for that matter, if, number one, you are going to leave them tied up or caged in one spot. I have relatives that live next to me that do that, and I don't like that at all. I don't like seeing that. What's the point? Hello, whoever is watching me. Hello for coming in. I'm just talking to myself. I'm going over some paperwork and stuff that I wanted to go over with some of my viewers and some of the people that's been chatting and stuff to me. So, anyways, I have some relatives that leave their dog, and that's all the dog's life is. And it's pretty much, in my opinion, it's useless and pointless to leave an animal tied up or in a cage for all their life. And it ain't like that they train them, even though they supposedly say that they use them for hunting or whatever, like hunting rabbits or whatever. They never work with them. They never train them or nothing. So do not get animals, whether it's a cat, a dog, or something else, if you're going to leave it tied up or caged in one spot all their lives. I just think that's wrong. And all this past week, whenever I first started doing my lives and stuff, that's what we was kind of talking about, was cats and dogs in general. And I forgot to mention this to you all the other day. Hello, whoever's watching me. Anyways, though, number two, I understand that there's not a lot of people that's going to be watching me this hour at night because it's like 10, 12 my time. And there's a lot of people right now that's live right now that I'm friends with, other YouTubers. But that's fine. I'm still going to leave this video up. So number two, if you can't feed them or you don't feed them, do not get animals just to get them if you're not going to feed them and starve them to death. I see a lot of people in the past two things that I've said so far. I see a lot of people in eastern Kentucky where I live at that, they do these things. They either leave their animals tied up or caged in one spot or out of a cage, just tied up or something all the time, or they won't feed them and they won't take care of them. So don't get animals if you're going to treat them like that. Number three, if you can't afford them, do not get animals if you can't afford them. What's the point in getting animals if you can afford them? They're better off left in a shelter or something, or a pet shop or whatever, if you're going to get animals if you can't afford them. That's just my opinion. All this is my opinion, of course. Number four, if you are going to abuse them, and I think that's a general explanation, you shouldn't be abusing animals in any shape or form. So don't get animals if you're going to abuse them. And then I'll link these up here so you all can see, and they'll be recorded. what we kind of just went over that page. Do not get a cat or a dog or any animal if, number one, you are going to leave them tied up or caged in one spot. Number two, you can't feed them or don't feed them. If you're starving the animals to death, don't be cruel like that and don't get animals. Number three, if you can't afford them, do not get animals of any kind. Number four, if you are going to abuse them, do not get animals of any kind. So there's the things I kind of wrote down there about animals. We'll move on. We're already 5 minutes in. Like I said, I don't want to make this a long video. So that was the first page I was wanting to go over with you all. This is the second page I want to go over with you all. YouTubers, this is stalking and harassment. Number one, when you come to someone's chat and start talking about another YouTuber. Hello, ladies of TikTok. I didn't know you was here. Hello, girls. Hello, ladies. I appreciate y'all for stopping in and stopping by. So, ladies of TikTok sent me a heart emoji. I appreciate it. Ladies of TikTok says, had to show you some love, and I appreciate it. Ladies of TikTok says, hi, boo, hi. I'm just kind of rambling on. I don't expect many people to be here or anyone at all. I'm just going to still record it. This is some stuff that I was wanting to go over. I just started streaming last week, and I'd only done I think I made up to 9 or 10 streams, and this might be number 10 or something. But last week, whenever I started streaming, I started talking about cats and dogs. So that was what the first paper was. You can kind of look up it. I left this off over the weekend. Ladies of TikTok says, oh, that's cool. Ladies of TikTok says, keep going. Yeah, this right here is what I kind of wrote on for tonight. I have a bunch of papers here that I was just kind of reading off from. If you can read my sloppy handwriting, I left this off last week. So I said, do not get a cat or a dog, because we was talking about cats and dogs over the weekend and the week. And I said, if, number one, you're going to leave them tied up or caged in one spot. I know people who do that, and actually some of my neighbors do that, and I don't like that at all. Some of the people I know that are like that are relatives to me, and a lot of this stuff happens that I have listed here, unfortunately, here where I live at in Eastern Kentucky in general. So number one, if you're going to leave them tied up or caged in one spot. Number two, you can't feed them or don't feed them. You're starving them to death. You don't do animals like that of any kind. Number three, if you can't afford them, it's pretty obvious. They're pretty much better left in an animal shelter or a pet shop if you can't afford them. And number four, if you are going to abuse them, and that's pretty much obvious information. And then the second page I was going to go over with you all is you don't have to stay here the whole time, but I do appreciate you and stuff. I understand there's a lot of people live right now, and I understand that we're all in different time zones. But I wanted to make a video of this information and get this out here. So I said, YouTubers, this is stalking and harassment. Number one, when you come to someone's chat and start talking about another YouTuber, and I've had this stuff happen to me somewhat, and that's why I'm kind of writing it down and going over it. I've been having some issues with some certain people that's been doing this stuff to me here lately. Number two, when you use someone's pictures and or videos and write negative, untrue things on them, and I've been dealing with this too. Not yet me personally about the videos or whatever. I appreciate y'all for giving me 2 thumbs up. I appreciate that. But I have other YouTuber friends that I'm friends with, and there's this little person, and I know she's a young teenage girl, but still, you just don't act like that, and you don't do that, those kind of behaviors. But she's using someone else's videos, and I know that's a part of YouTube. You're allowed to do that, but you shouldn't do it in a negative way. You shouldn't do it in a way that's going to cause harm or hurt the other person. You know, you can use person's videos if you're going to like go over them, talk to them, or whatever you want to do. You know, every YouTuber is allowed to do that if you put it in your, you know, how it works or whatever in your thing. I do have mine set up like that. People can use my videos, but this person I'm friends with, I don't know if they do or don't. But anyways, but it's common sense. You shouldn't be negative about another person. That's harassment. Number 3, when you go to a YouTuber's house or post their address online, or you go to their house or whatever, their property, and you're uninvited, that's pretty much common sense, and that's stalking, and that's also harassment, and you could get in big time trouble for that. So that's what I wanted to go over with, because I have been a little bit dealing with stuff like that, a little bit. And I also know other people I've made friends with here on YouTube that have YouTube channels, and they're definitely dealing with stuff like that. I know a bunch of people that's dealing with stuff like that right now. And so people should not do that at all. Okay, now I wanted to read this, and I have quite a few pages here. This is why I named my channel A Diamond in the Sticks. And please subscribe. I hate to ask y'all to subscribe if you've not already. Please like, share, watch, comment, subscribe. But that's just part of YouTube asking that. Janelle says hello. Hello, Janelle. Thank you for stopping by. I know this is late for you. And I know there's a ton of other YouTubers right now that are live. And there's been a ton of other YouTubers that's been live for the past few hours now. Janelle says, hugs, all hugs, Janelle. Janelle says, beautiful diamond. I appreciate you so much, Janelle. You are beautiful and gorgeous too, and I appreciate you. I'll go back over this since you didn't get to see this, Janelle. I'll try to be fast about this, and I appreciate the 3 thumbs up that y'all have gave me. How am I doing today, Janelle asks. I'm doing pretty good. It's rained, and she's asking me if it's still raining. It's actually rained off and on all day long today, but it's kind of quit now. And I just wanted to do a really fast video here. It was kind of just a spur of the moment kind of thing that I needed to get off of my chest and stuff that before we moved on to other subjects. I left this off the other day whenever I started going live, and we was talking about cats and dogs and animals or whatever. So I wanted to repeat this. Janelle says, I sure hope to get some rain soon. I thought you said that you was going to be getting some rain on Wednesday, Janelle. I hope you do. And I'll pray for you again tonight that you do get some rain. I'm sure it's extraordinary or extremely hot. So here's what I wrote down. I kind of wanted to go back over. Janelle says, yes, I'm so hopeful. I am too for you, Janelle. I wanted to go back over this real quick, where we had been talking about cats last week and dogs. I said, do not get a cat or a dog or any animal if, number 1, you are going to leave them tied up or caged in one spot. Number 2, you can't feed them or you don't feed them, like you're starving them to death. Number 3, if you can't afford them, don't get them. Number 4, if you are going to abuse them, everything's pretty obvious, common sense answers or whatever. And I actually know quite a few people here where I live at Eastern Kentucky. Unfortunately, obviously not all of Kentucky is like that, and I can't speak for everyone in the state of Kentucky. But I have relatives and I have neighbors, and there's a lot of people, it's just been like that ever since I've been alive. Unfortunately, I don't agree with that either now that I'm older and my opinions has kind of changed, but a lot of times people will leave animals starved, or not starved, but they'll leave them like in chains or whatever inside of fences, and say that they're using them for like coon hunting or rabbit hunting or something like that. They never get the dog out or nothing. Yeah, they might feed them or something, but they never like train the dog or whatever. and to like go rabbit hunting or whatever it is they're going to do, or coon hunting. They leave it. Most of the is kept in a cage, and I just don't agree with that. And obviously, you don't abuse the animals, and obviously, you don't get animals if you can't afford them in the first place. They're better off left in an animal shelter or a pet shop. Don't get them if you can't afford them and you can't afford to feed them or take care of them or nothing. And also, whenever I was younger, I did used to like kind of believe like this because that's kind of how I was grown up to believe, I guess you would say. But back whenever I was younger, and unfortunately, sometimes some of my family members still do this. But like if they have a dog or something, they've even pew-pewed up one of my youngest daughter's dogs that we used to have whenever we first, when she was a child or whatever. She didn't have it that long at all, and it was an outside dog. But animals around here, people are real particular about them. It's like that they can have animals, especially outdoor animals where I live at, but I can't have them, or no one else can. But my youngest daughter's dog that she had for a short amount of time was like eating chickens or something. I think that belonged to one of the neighbors, or it might have belonged to my dad. But my dad ended up pew-pewing that dog up, and I don't agree with that stuff. And it was real hurtful, and it was real traumatizing, not just for my daughter, but for me also. And I just don't agree with that. I don't agree with, like, say me, where I have a bunch of cats and stuff, and it's getting to the point around here where I live at. Unfortunately, it's been like that for the past 3 or 4 years now, that animal shelters have been unaliving even dogs, and they definitely won't even take in cats or nothing. And so that's real sad. And growing up, whenever I was younger and stuff, my mother was guilty of it, and she still would be. She's even said stuff since I've had these cats and the cats I had before. She said that she would unalive them or just throw them out somewhere. And I was with them before growing up, whenever my mother set out a dog that we used to have growing up. And so I don't believe in stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to finish off the dogs and the cats stuff and get off of that subject. But I'll leave this up here for a second so you guys can kind of see and go over it. Unfortunately, though, that is a very common thing here in Eastern Kentucky, not just where I live at, but whole Eastern Kentucky from what I've witnessed over my 43 years of living life. All right, the next thing I wanted to talk about, and I'm sorry, I have cats jumping in up on my lap and stuff, is YouTubers. This is stalking and harassment. Number one, when you come to someone's chat and start talking about another YouTuber. Number two, when you use someone's pictures or videos and write negative, untrue things. Let's see. Angie, baby, hello. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. I appreciate you for stopping by and coming in here. I know this is just a spur of the moment. It was supposed to be a real quick late night stream, and I know there's a ton of other people that has been for the past 3 or 4 hours now that's been streaming and stuff, and I didn't want to interrupt them or nothing. Janelle says, my internet is terrible right now. Why's your internet bad for right now, Janelle? If it's not storming or nothing, I wonder why it's bad. But number 3, when you go to a YouTuber's house or post their address online or you're uninvited, that's definitely, this is all stalking and harassment things. And I have already kind of seen some stuff like that even happening to me. And I've definitely seen stuff that happening to other YouTubers here lately that I'm friends with. And this is uncalled for, and this should be common sense too. I appreciate the 4 thumbs up that y'all have given me. Angie Baby says, RP, heart emojis. So I'll leave that up there for a second if y'all want to look at it. So have you all witnessed anything here lately about any other YouTubers or anyone that has a YouTube account that is doing them things? Because I definitely have. If you want to, you can talk about it in the comments. All right, the next page I have here, and I have a few other pages, so I'll try to be fast about this because, excuse me, I did not want to make this a long video, and I know it's real late at night for everybody. But why I named my channel A Diamond in the Sticks, and I ask you all to please subscribe if you've not already. So, all right, so this ain't the reason why this right here part that I'm reading. It's just some information about a diamond. Diamond meaning diamond. Diamond, the stone of invincibility, symbolizes purity, commitment, and eternal love. It enhances strength, courage, and imagination. Healing properties. It aids in detoxification, supports brain health, and balances metabolism. Protection. Diamond offers protection against negative energies and amplifies the energies of the other gemstones. I'll put this up there if y'all want to look at it and read it. That's just some information I found on diamonds. That's not the meaning or the reason why yet that I named my channel that. I have a few of these other pages of stuff that I wrote down. I'm just going to read them to y'all. So, usage. Wear as jewelry for clarity and strength, or place in spaces to amplify energy. Care. Cleanse with soapy water and recharge under sunlight. Diamond, known as King of Gemstones, symbol of infallible love, inspires creativity and brilliance, helps to manifest prosperity, brings clarity to the mind, improves the eyesight. Supposedly all this stuff is what diamond stands for. So there it is if y'all want to look at it and read it. I hope you're able to see it. Sorry about my sloppy handwriting. But that's some of the meanings for diamond. And then I got another page here. It says diamond. It means purity and clarity. Some of these things overlap each other because they mean the same thing. It means purity and clarity, strength and durability, energy and amplification. Can't say that word, sorry. Calm and harmony, courage and determination, spiritual growth, main usage, health and career, chakra, crown, elements, fire and earth, planet Mercury. I'll put this up there so y'all can kind of look at it if you want to. Sorry I couldn't make the and symbol, and sorry if you can't read my handwriting or if I misspelled some words. But there it is if y'all want to look at it. I hope the camera is picking it up. Okay. So I'm going to read this one to you guys. Diamond, birthstone, April, mineral, diamond, color, colorless, chemical composition. It's a G. History and folklore. Diamonds are the hardest material on Earth, made completely of carbon. They are 58 times harder than anything else in nature. Graphite is also composed of pure carbon, but the bonds between carbon stones and graphite are so weak that it's rated a I think this is MCHS, I don't really know what that means, scale of hardness. Diamonds are a 10. Diamonds are said to be a symbol of eternal love and fidelity. And some believe wearing them makes you more gorgeous. A Chinese legend speaks of a diamond throne near the Tree of Life, thought to be constructed at the same time as Earth and is now hidden by sand deep below the Earth's surface. So I'll put this up there if y'all want to look at it. My birthday is actually in December, so I do have the birthstone as a diamond. Sorry, my handwriting is so sloppy. But I'll put that up there so you can look at it if you want to. It says diamonds are the hardest material on Earth. Made completely of carbon, they are 58 times harder than anything else in nature. Graphite, also composed of pure carbon, but the bonds between carbon stones and graphite are so weak that it's rated a 1. The MCHS scale of hardness, diamonds are a 10. Diamonds are said to be a symbol of eternal love and fidelity, and some believe wearing them makes you more gorgeous. A Chinese legend speaks of a diamond throne near the Tree of Life, thought to be constructed at the same time as Earth and is now hidden by sand deep below the Earth's surface. So there's some information on the diamond there. And then the last page I have here is the biblical meaning of a diamond. He's making diamonds out of us. On the difficult days when the world is on your shoulders, remember that diamonds are made under the weight of mountains. So I put this up here so you guys can see that. Biblical meaning of a diamond. He's making diamonds out of us. On the difficult days when the world is on your shoulders, remember that diamonds are made under the weight of mountains. So that's all I had for y'all tonight. I was just going to do a quick video, like I said. But the real reason why I named my channel A Diamond in the Sticks is supposedly because, well, obviously I live in Eastern Kentucky, Southeastern Kentucky. And a lot of people around here call this place the Sticks. And then also, it's a struggle living in a place like Eastern Kentucky. I think it has been for me anyways. I can only speak for myself. Most of my life and stuff, it's been a struggle living here. Facing poverty and just living rural, and it's a hard place to live, and it's a hard place to grow up in. And it's also, my life has been a struggle and traumatizing at times, and my environment that I've been in and stuff has been hard. And then also everything that I've went through all my life, surgeries and procedures and disabilities or whatever, it's been tough. And which I know that there's always someone out there in the world that has it worse than you, and I know that there's always someone out there in the world that has it better than you. But also, back in the coal mining days, when the coal mines was booming around here where I live at in Eastern Kentucky, they've said, supposedly, there's a saying that says diamonds are made from under pressure, like under the coal and stuff. I don't think there's any diamonds, in the creeks or the coal mines or anything like that around here. If there is, it's probably a real rare thing. But I just think of myself just like I think of myself as a black sheep. I always also think of myself as a diamond. You can call me narcissist or cocky or whatever, but I just kind of feel like that. So I just thought that was a good name for me to have my channel is A Diamond in the Sticks. And anyone else that feels like that, they're welcome to my channel. Welcome to my clan or whatever you want to call it. Janelle says, you sure seem like you have been through some rough spots. Sweet and dear JC. I appreciate you, Janelle. Janelle says, you are too kind and sweet to be mistreated. Oh, I appreciate you so much, Janelle. But that's why I made my channel the name that I chose. And I just wanted to go over that with you all. And I'm just going to end this video now that we're at the 30-minute mark. And it's just me and you in here. I appreciate the 5 thumbs up. I appreciate everyone that's chatted, stopped by. My cats are going wild anyways, and there's stuff I need to do. But I appreciate everyone who stopped by, chatted, and watched the thumbs up and shared. And hello, Ana. Appreciate you for stopping by, girl. Janelle, beautiful evening. I appreciate you. And Janelle says she's going to be Ana Banana says Janelle. I'll only show you this last paper, Ana, if you want to look at it. And I already read everything, put everything to the screen. I was just going to make a short video. Janelle says, look forward to the next one. Janelle says, Ana Banana says, of course. So I'll just go over this last page here that I wrote down on tonight's video with you, Ana. It says, biblical meaning of a diamond. He's making diamonds out of us. On the difficult days when the world is on your shoulders, remember that diamonds are made under the weight of mountains. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I made my channel like that, because where I grow up here in the mountains, I call it the sticks. Sorry, my cats are going wild. But and then I already said the other reasons. But I want to end this video out, you guys. It was just kind of a spur of the moment thing. Appreciate y'all for watching and stopping by and everything that y'all have done. And I hope y'all have a wonderful night. And I'm sure I'll see some of y'all maybe tonight or sometime tomorrow or something in the YouTube streets. So thanks, and y'all have a good night. Bye. See y'all later. Thanks. Have a good night. And it says hello chat. And it says oh nice. And it says heart emojis. Y'all have a good night. I appreciate y'all. Sweet dreams. Bye bye. Manuel says diamond. I'm leaving, Manuel. I'll see you later. Bye. Manuel says bye. Have a good night. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a great night, everybody. You all too. Thanks. Bye-bye.